He's stretching and yawning.
Hello everybody, just the Universe here and I'm tired. Hello everybody, Tristan Universe here, and welcome to a very special video. I'm here today to thank you all so very much for getting me to 7,000 subscribers. I can't even explain what it feels like to have that many people in this thing that I'm creating. I don't even know what it is, but I just am very grateful to each and every one of you and all of the people who like and comment on my videos and even just watch my videos. Like, I literally cannot explain how grateful I am to all of you. So, for 7,000 subscribers, I decided that it would be a great idea to do a kind of a Q&A video. So I asked you all what you wanted to know about me. I asked in a video, I asked in an Instagram post, I asked on Facebook, so I asked pretty much everywhere, and I got like a decent number of questions, so I'm pretty much just going to go through and answer all of these questions. As much as my videos are vlogs about my life and my adventures and about cosplay and stuff like that, there's still a lot of stuff that I feel like no one out there really knows about me. So I hope to shed some light with all these questions. I have them all on my phone, so I'll start with this one. My friend asked me like a generic group of questions that's like commonly known about me, so I'll just answer those first because I think they're the easiest. The first one is, are you an alternative person? Yes. The short answer, I guess so. I don't feel like I would fit into any of like the stereotypical norms, so I suppose I can be considered an alternative person. I have dyed hair and piercings, and that generally is what makes up an alternative person. So I suppose so. But mostly I'm just me. I wouldn't necessarily put that label on myself, I guess. I feel like I'm just doing things that I love, and I'm making myself the way that I want to see myself, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty much just me. I'm Tristan, and that's that. So, you know. The next one is, are you transgender? Also yes. For those of you out there who don't know, I am transgender, and yes, I don't really know what else to say about that. I feel like, for some reason, I feel like it's like a commonly known fact, but I also haven't really talked about it too much on my channel up until recently, so it's kind of been under the radar. But yes, hi, my name is Tristan. I am a female to male trans man, and my pronouns are he, him, so for all of you people who comment on my videos asking if I'm a boy or a girl, that's your answer. So for the last part of his question, he asked if I like metal, and yes, I do. I very much enjoy metal. My favorite metal band is Five Finger Death Punch. They hold a very special place in my heart for a butt ton of reasons, but I also like bands like Metallica. I like Megadeth a lot. I have a weird, like, taste in music because I really like metal. I also really like punk rock, so I like both of those a lot. But then I also have a thing for like soft indie love songs, because that's what I write on the guitar since I'm a musician and I play soft indie love songs. So I also listen to indie a lot, and it amuses me to no end when I'm in the car in all black with like my denim jacket on or my vest, and like you just like, I would roll down my window and it's like really, really soft indie music comes out, and I'm like, hello, how's it going? I don't know how to answer this question. What was the most cringiest thing I've ever done? I literally don't even know how to answer that. What have I done that's cringy? Oh, I got it. Okay. So the next question is, what is the most cringiest thing you've ever done? Basically, my entire high school experience up until senior year was cringy because I was first an emo kid starting in freshman year, and then I developed into a scene kid, and for like a year and a half I was like really into being a scene kid, I guess. But I used to take photos. I don't know if I should put one up on the screen, but I used to take photos and like heavily edit them, and it would be like raw, like I was like the stereotypical like scene kid, and I would do like Black Veil Brides makeup and like take pictures with like captions that are like, why don't you love me, and stuff, and it's literally, I look back on it now and I'm like, I wish I could go back and smack that child. Like, I literally wish I could go back and smack that child, but I guess they're who I am today, or have made me who I am today, so I have to give them some credit, I suppose. I don't have anything against, like, scene kids or, like, emo kids or people who identify in either of those categories. Like, I really don't. It's just that my own experience in it, it was not a good time in my life, I would say. So it's mostly just, like, I'm just railing on my own experience and, like, I was probably a little bit of a poser. Let's go with that. So the next question is, which cosplay is your favorite, personality and costume-wise? Honestly, I'm gonna go with Peridot. Like, I can say that off the bat, I don't even need to think about it. I am incredibly proud of everything that went into my Peridot cosplay. I would like to revamp it now, but I did Peridot when I wouldn't say, like, I wasn't very good with a sewing machine, so I sewed a lot of it by hand. Like, I made the whole suit by hand, or not by hand, I did a lot on the sewing machine, but I just didn't really know how to use it, because that was when I was just learning how to use a sewing machine, because for my entire life, I've just hand sewn everything. It's all of that on top of the fact that my friend Allie and we actually made the wig out of yarn. Once again, I would like to revamp that too. Like, I don't think it's really the best, but for the first time ever making a yarn wig, I think it ended up turning out really well, but I just put so much work and effort into that because I love Peridot as a character. Like, she is one of my favorite characters. Hands down. But I also just have really good memories in that cosplay because, like, when I did her, it was, like, when she first kind of came out, and not many people did her because everyone was confused how to, like, do the wig and, like, do everything. So I was, like, I would say I was one of the earlier cosplayers of her. But I would have, like, little kids run up to me at conventions and be like, Peridot, Peridot, like, we love you, and, like, want me to, like, do the Peridot voice, which I can't do right now at all, but I also had Zach Callison, so the voice of Steven. I had him tell me that I was a really good Peridot, and he was like, it's really hard to pull off Peridot, but you do it so well. So that was, like, kind of an honor, because Peridot is his favorite of the gems. And so yeah, that was just like a mind-blowing experience to have someone who's actually in the cast of Steven Universe say that I pull off a character very, very well. Also, personality-wise, I just love Peridot. I love everything that she is. She's tiny and angry, so I don't know what else you could want, basically. So, is your favorite color blue? Yes. That is a simple question and a simple answer. Yes, my favorite color is blue. I also like green a lot. Like, a lot of my favorite things are green, so there's also that. But I just genuinely enjoy blue. Okay, so this next question is long, so I'm gonna actually read it off of my phone. Since you do cosplay, I'm curious both what has been the most difficult cosplay for you to make and pull off, and what is your favorite cosplay that you have made and pulled off. So, once again, going back to the favorite cosplay thing, Peridot. But as for the hardest, I wouldn't say that I do particularly hard cosplays, I guess. But recently I've started actually making all of my own pieces, so getting patterns, getting the fabric, making everything. And before I would mostly just, like, hem stuff and, like, alter it and do all of that, so I'm just now learning how to read patterns correctly, follow them, and make my own clothing. So that's been kind of a challenge, I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, it's kind of been hard to do that. So, like, my cosplays that are up and coming will technically be, like, harder to make, or, like, will have been, like, my hardest cosplays since I'm just at that, like, beginning learning period, if that makes sense. But, like, I can tell you right now that, like, an up-and-coming cosplay is I'm making Deku's hero suit from My Hero Academia, and that's gonna be hard because I'm gonna make it all from scratch. So, everything on it from scratch. And I think it's only gonna be hard because I've never made something like that before, and I need to find a pattern for it, which I have yet to do. But, so I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna be the hardest thing for me, since it is just, it's like a full body jumpsuit, and I've never even touched on trying to make something like that. The next question is I'd like to know what's on your bucket list. So, my bucket list, I haven't really thought about it too much. I know that there's a bunch of things that I want to do. Like, I'd love to travel. I want to travel all over. I want to go literally everywhere, because I've found passion in traveling as of recently, which is something I never had before, and I never really cared. Like, I used to be completely content just sitting at home and not doing anything. never seeing anywhere, never going on trips, never doing anything, and then I ended up, as I said, finding passion in it, and I really enjoy going on trips now, and now I never don't want to be on the move, if that makes sense. Like, I always want to be on a trip, and I always want to be going somewhere or planning something and doing something like that, but, you know. But other than that, I don't know, I feel like some of them are, like, stereotypical, like, I'd like to go skydiving, or, like, bungee jumping. Oh, I'd like to go snorkeling, I guess. I'd like to go to a Walmart in every single state. That's a goal. Don't ask me why, it's just a goal that I have. Life is too short to just sit in one place and not do anything. Like, I want to get out and I want to see the world. So what am I studying in school? That is a great question. I am an anthropology major, so I love anthropology, and I'm going to try not to go on a rant about it because that could take up literally the entire video, but I'm just very passionate about it, and I haven't decided yet whether I want to go on a physical anthropology route or a cultural anthropology route. Right now I'm kind of just taking everything, just that's what you're supposed to do until I like go to do my my master's and my PhD and stuff. I don't really have to choose necessarily which one I want to do. However, I've also recently been actually not even necessarily recently, but I've realized that it's an option recently to be interested in women and gender studies. So I'm also hoping to do something like that. Like, I might minor in women and gender studies, and if I do that, then I probably would end up taking the cultural anthropology route solely just because I would love to do studies on, like, the LGBTQ community, because I feel like it's a very underrepresented community in the science community, I suppose. Like, I feel like there isn't that much stuff on it. Like, not a lot of people go out and do research about it, or do research and work with, like, individuals in that group of people, if that makes sense. I also kind of want to work with dead bodies. What is the hardest thing for me about cosplaying? That's a really good question. Honestly, okay, if we're being honest, it's probably not getting frustrated with everything, because I feel like I get frustrated very easily, and if something doesn't turn out right, I end up getting angry, so to speak, about it, and it always ends up working out, and I know that it always ends up working out, and there's literally no reason to put that much energy and time into being angry about something. Pretty much in general in life, but especially, like, in this sense, because this is something that I love to do. I love cosplaying, and I love making cosplay. I love literally every aspect of it, with the exception of makeup. I hate makeup. I hate makeup a lot. But that's why I have Ariana, so it's fine. But I'm slowly learning how to get over that, and how to work past that kind of thing, and that's just, like, my own thing. But other than that, I would say one of the hardest things about cosplaying is the fact that I generally get attached to female characters, and sometimes that can get complicated because I don't mind cosplaying females. Like, it just doesn't particularly bother me, but it also kind of sucks at, like, a convention because I am a trans man, and I identify as male, I use male pronouns and all of that, and so it's kind of hard at a convention when I'm like, I'm gonna cosplay this girl, and then I have to spend the entire day, like, getting called ma'am, miss, she, her, all of that, because I'm in, like, your standard, like, female attire, or whatever, because I'm cosplaying, like, a female character. So I would say that that's kind of hard to deal with sometimes. I've learned at conventions to completely blow it off. Like, I have somehow the magical skill just to be like, it's whatever, like, I'm choosing to cosplay this character because I really enjoy this character, so it's my choice, and I basically have to deal with it, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean it doesn't suck, because it does, but I really, like, have a hard time connecting with male characters until My Hero Academia, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I just kind of have a hard time connecting with male characters. I feel like in the genre of anime that I watch, or, like, games that I play, it's a lot of either strong women, or it's just a lot of female characters that have the most character development. So when that's the case, it's kind of, yeah. What kind of body paint do I use when cosplaying Ruby from Steven Universe?